So Kofia had this topic. Would you lose weight for a man? I don't know if I'm saying it, giving it justice, but
No.
I listened to that and I said, now you didn't spoke a word, Kofia.
No, ma'am.
Who on first?
Controversial. It's
Let
controversial. I
Kofia go
know.
first. Kofia, tell us, because you had a part two kind of to it too. That wasn't just that one video.
Oh, I gotta check her out.
I say yes, I would, because not like just any man, but specifically for the man God has for me. I know what kind of man I'm attracted to, and the type of man that I'm attracted to. I feel like God convicted me, and He said, "Would He be attracted to you?" And I was like, I mean, I know my character, my personality, yes, but one of the traits that I wanted or that I desire is I want to be able to look at him and say he cares about his health. And so I want to be able to be the type of person that I want to attract. So that's why I said yes, I would lose weight for a man, because that's what I'm doing it for.
No, that's what you're losing weight. You're losing weight to attract that man.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Oh, now that's a controversial
Yeah, I
statement,
know everybody was
right?
like, "Well, wait a minute."
Well, what do you
So
ladies think about that?
are you on a GLP-1 medication? Yes or no?
I'm on the compound
Yeah.
for yeah, I'm on the compound. So I weighed in on Friday. No, last Wednesday. This past Wednesday was my 11 weeks, and I am down 31 and a half pounds.
Okay.
Now let me just tell you something. Right now I am 305. I weigh 305 pounds. I started off at 394.4. Now let me just back up. When me and my husband met, I was a little over, I think it was like 315 or something. And then I started losing weight and I got down, I believe, to like 285-ish or something by the time we got married.
Hmm.
My husband has never dated anyone heavyset before. He had never. I was the first. So I guess I'm sharing this to share with you what God has for you is for you. And if
Hmm.
you are heavy, if that man loves you, if God chooses you for him, he'll look beyond the fact that you're heavy. You're quote unquote pleasantly plumped. He will look beyond that. He will look beyond that.
I think that is I think that that can be true. Um, but I don't know if it necessarily like applies to my specific situation. I'm not saying he's not going to look past it. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying it's more so um I'm like I have decided I am not going to look past someone who doesn't take care of their health. And they can be on a health journey. Um
And so wait, let's stop. So why did you decide that? Like why did you say that to yourself?
that I want somebody that I can look at and say they care about their health.
Right. Like why did you say like I'm only gonna pursue or date someone that is taking care of their body? That you can see.
I think it was more like I've been on a I mean, so I guess the other side of this is I help women heal and thrive emotionally after divorce. So I've coached other women and I've gone through my own transformation and got really clear on like who I am, like who God called me to be, um, like those character things and what I like, what I desire in a person. And I feel like the things that I desire in a person has has changed over time. So I think it's just more so getting in touch with things that for me, like and I'm not saying this is like a one size, this is for everybody, right? Everybody has their own preference and their own things that they would say are non-negotiable things or things that they would say, okay, I can work with that. And so
Right.
I've identified that for myself and I have said, okay, I think more I know the other thing that plays a part in that is like I'm getting older, right? And so if health is not something that is important to you now, then that is an additional responsibility that I'm going to have to carry as your wife. And so like I think considering how a person values taking care of their physical body, I think it's huge. It's almost as important as taking care and managing their money. It's as important as their relationship, for me, their relationship with God. And so I think just identifying things that I want to deal with, that I think that I can handle based on, my makeup and um, just things that I desire. I made that decision.
But what if God put that special person in your place just for you to help coach them along and bring them to that wellness place where they need to be?
That's possible.
I mean, it is. It's totally possible. I'm not saying I'm turned off to it, but I would be able to see, because, like, okay, so a person who is on a health journey is a different kind of
Mhm.
person who is not on a health journey, right? Their focus is
Mhm.
different, their awareness is different. They're,
Mhm.
most people have to be ready to change. And so you can tell by conversations, right? The first couple conversations where they are, and if they are open to being coached. Like, you know, it comes naturally for me to coach other people. So I can tell if that's a desire, and I'm open to it. But there's a mindset that goes along with a person who's on a health journey and takes care of their health and kind of makes it a priority. So I'm not saying no, but I just, I understand, like, I'm not pulling somebody, right? One of the things I say is, if I have to drag you in, I'm gonna have to drag you around. And so I'm not dragging nobody. Like,
Right,
and now if we
right.
want to walk together, we can do that. We can encourage each other in the areas that, that we need encouragement. But that's different than, okay, I'm gonna get with you and I'm gonna help you change, but you don't really want to change.
Mhm.
So
Anybody else want to speak on that?
That's true, Tia. That is so true. That's why I asked her
what,
that
what
question
you don't
because
need.
God
You said,
definitely
you
didn't give
said
me what
God
I was
doesn't.
looking for.
When
My
you
husband was
realize
so
that the
so opposite in so many different ways of what I was praying and asking God for.
and I've seen it both ways. I've seen it where people pray and get like exactly what they want. I've seen people pray and they get the total opposite, and I mean, I'm
But it was it
open.
was it was definitely the right person. It was what I needed.
Yeah. And I think that goes along with it. Like,
Yeah,
looking,
yeah.
being involved with your husband, you're like, okay, he's what I need. And I think I would have that same sense, right? Okay, well, he is
Well, I
what
was
I
just
need.
making sure. That's why
Yeah.
I asked you because being on social media, we see all types of things. We hear people say all different types of things, and there's a lot of negativity out there from men,
Hmm.
about plus size women. You
Yeah.
hear it all the time,
Yeah.
and I'm just sitting there sometimes I be saying, well, how us plus size women even want you, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
They always you got something to say. How we want you?
Right. Right.
So
Jania,
yeah, it's just
what were you thinking, Jania? Because when she said that, you were like, "Who gonna start? Who is starting the conversation?"
I'm not losing weight for no man.
I'm not.
I'm losing weight for myself. So either you gonna get with it or you gonna get lost.
Now, did you have the same boyfriend that you have now before you lost the weight?
Yep.
Okay, okay. And what has he said about your journey?
I mean, he on whatever I'm on, pretty much. It's
Okay.
he happy with the weight loss because he know it makes me happy. But he gonna love me regardless if I'm 300 pounds or if I'm 210 pounds.
Now, is he working out and fit? Because one thing we didn't say here is you realize, because most people in my family are thin. I'm the biggest one, and I'm probably healthier than some of those people. So you don't necessarily have to be, when you're thin, what you see is thin. That doesn't mean thin doesn't always mean healthy. So
Right.
Right.
I guess I'm wondering. So is your husband? I mean, your boyfriend? Is he on a fitness journey like you, or does he work out?
He's not heavy. He's not on a fitness journey, but I mean, he works, so he's active, but he's not actively like in the gym every day with me. But we have seen weight loss with him as well because I think it was more so the things that I was cooking that he was eating as well. So when I was heavy, he was heavy. I'm losing weight. He's losing weight because of the things that we're eating now. So
All right, that's so cool.
I feel
So
like
he's
it's
kind of
more.
he's like on the journey without officially being. The
Right,
journey.
right. He
He's a
done lost like
bystander.
40 pounds. Like he was, yeah, he done lost like 40 pounds off of just like what we eat. I was cooking crazy stuff, like it's all in what you eat. But once I started meal prepping, he gonna eat what I eat. I eat ideal nutrition. He's gonna eat that too. So
Yeah.
So
That's
Shelly, what
good.
about you? What about you? What do you think about that? Would you lose weight? Did you lose weight for the man?
Nah,
No?
I do everything for me, only for me.
Okay.
But and you have to accept me the way I am because I feel
Yeah.
like if you anything you do for someone else, it's gonna always be pressure on you. Do this person love me? How much more I need to lose? Nah, like that's too much pressure. We don't need that kind of pressure.
Is that more so like when you're in a relationship with somebody, like and is that the dynamic? Because like I think it's more so like attraction, right? Like we have to be honest. Like I don't hear a lot of people be honest about attraction and how attraction is really, I mean, like that's the first thing you see in a person, right? And for some women, and I think I can play a part in that. Like for some women, once you get to know a person, it can make a person more attractive. But initially it's like that first, like, those first interactions, your appearance is literally a part of one of the things that for men, like they get attracted, they see with their eyes. That's a major thing. And I'm not saying that it has to be a certain body type or body size, but I'm saying the outward of what we present to a person plays a part in like the passion, the intimacy, right? We have to be honest about what is attractive to us and how we maintain that over time, and making sure that we keep that connection and being honest. I even when I get in, like, even my ex-husband, it's like I didn't have conversations with him at the beginning about like appearance, right? And so now I know I want to have conversations about, okay, so if we are both, like, we met each other at this, right? Now over time, if things happen, like, are we going to pull each other's coattail, if you will, if we kind of get outside of that as far as things that we can control?
Okay,
um
wait, let me stop you because I want to clarify this. So when you say we didn't have discussions about appearance, like what do you mean by that? So what do you mean? Like, so when you first meet somebody, that's gonna be, and you're at dinner, your conversation, you felt like it should have been like, what are our expectations of appearance?
not like when you first meet someone, but like after you have made a connection with that person, you guys have decided, okay, we're gonna um be committed to one another. Maybe y'all get to a place where y'all engaged and about to be married. Like, are we having conversations around our health, our appearance? Same thing, like with how we spend our money. The values that are important to me. I'm not saying it applies to everybody, but I'm saying these things are important to me. I'm having conversations with that person to make sure that we are on the same page, or we kind of have a game plan for how we will address situations and conflict in our relationship going forward, throughout the time together.
So with your ex-husband, that was a thing that came between you two, the appearance thing?
Can I say
No,
something?
it didn't.
Okay, okay. Yes.
Something. To be honest, I do understand everything that you're saying. Um, and we all have our opinions, but I truly feel like no one should never lose weight because of someone else. Why? Because in relationships, you're gonna always gain weight, which is called happy weight. Then you're gonna get stressed, and then you're gonna lose weight. So you definitely have to really do it for yourself and for your mental sake and for your health because life happens.
not even
I,
that.
I
And
appreciate
I
you know I
also
appreciate your opinion.
I also feel
you could be
like,
on a
oh, go
journey
ahead.
right now because you could be on a healthy journey. Go ahead, Janelle.
Oh no, I was gonna say I also feel like um everybody is attractive to somebody. Like I can say, okay, I'm attracted to you because I feel like you got a pretty face. It's not about the out, like it's not about my body. Like when my boyfriend was like, okay, you a pretty girl. It's not always about like, oh, you heavy. Everybody is attracted to somebody. I was reading this book and it was saying like, you got to be kind of like what you're saying. You got to be physically fit in order to attract a certain kind of man or a certain kind of person. But we can't always say that because you don't know what a person is attracted to. It could be $1 billion guy that loves big women. You get what I'm trying to say? It's just like everybody, there's somebody for everybody. Like it's just not like, okay, I'm with you. Like, I don't know. I guess it's just different for everybody. For me, I'm not going to walk up to somebody and say, oh, I feel like it's more intellect. Like, we got to have a good intellectual conversation. It's not always about appearance. Because guess what? 5 years from now, I could look like this, or I could look like this, and then 5 years from now, I could look like a totally different person, and then what they're going to cheat and go with somebody else. You weren't for me to begin with.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that they have to, like, what I'm saying is I am looking for someone who I can look at and tell they take care of their health. That doesn't necessarily mean like they got to have a 6-pack or, you know, they have to be certain, like, I'm not saying there's a certain size. I'm just saying that health needs to be important. And
so let me ask you this. So like she was saying, you can be 110 pounds and be unhealthy. So what is it that you're going to be looking for to know that they're healthy? Because is it the way, how much they weigh? Is it like, what are you going to be looking for to know that they're healthy? Because they can be thin and not take care of their health. They can eat Burger King and McDonald's every day, but their metabolism may be a little faster than mine.
Yeah. Like I said before, it is a mindset that a person has. So initially, it's going to have to be some type of physical attraction. So it's not going to be somebody who doesn't look physically healthy, right? What is physically healthy? A person who like either is at a healthy range for their height, right? So they're proportioned as it relates to height and weight. And after having conversations with them, I'll have a good gauge of what's important and what's not. Like I can ask you what you do all day and determine, okay, well, we know what is important to you. I can look at your bank statements. We can talk about, you know, how you spend your money. I can tell what's important to you based on the things that they answer, based on, you know, how they show up, based on what they do every single day. Like a person's routine will give it away.
So you can physically be attracted to them, but once you all have conversations and they say, well, I'm an entrepreneur, I make my own money, but I just want to sit on the couch and I don't know what people, you know, you get what I'm trying to say? But they can say, oh, they can be physically attracted, like you can be physically attracted to them. Everything aligns, but they say, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to be physically fit, healthy, whatever, but my physique is that I'm healthy. Would you date somebody like that?
If their physical health is important, it's going to show in what they do every day. So are they taking time to do things every day? Do they have, I think you called it micro habits. Have they built micro habits in their life to show that their health is important? Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, and I've dated men who look good on paper and physically they were good. Even healthy, they were good. But as far as character, it wasn't. So yes, if it doesn't fit, it makes me think of OJ. If the gloves don't fit, you gotta quit.
I was just thinking the same thing.
So Tia said, what if they are perfectly healthy?
Well, that would be perfectly healthy. Oh, perfectly healthy, then diagnosed.
And then they got diagnosed with cancer.
Different, right? That's totally different.
You ain't coming in and they already got the cancer, basically.
Probably not. I mean, I don't know. Probably not. I mean, I don't know. It would vary. Like, I'm not saying, oh, you have a terminal illness, and so that's No. But I'm saying, what does your lifestyle look like? What is your lifestyle like? That is important to me. And I think it's the same as any other standard that anybody has, right? It just looks different because mine is probably not as spoken out loud. I think there are people who agree, but it's just it's hard to put into words. And people at first value, they're like, oh, well, people should. Here's the thing though, people think, no, I don't want to judge someone based on how they look, because most of the times we don't want to be judged based on how we look. And I think when we get that part together and we kind of understand, like, and we're good with how we are and how much responsibility we take for our appearance, then we're okay kind of assessing other people that way.
Jen F says, I'm behind, but modern men use their eyes first due to social media, so physical looks matter.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it matters to people.
They definitely matter. And I think a lot of people in the church, I'm a church girl, and we downplay physical attraction. Like, we downplay. We like, oh, he gotta be a man of God. Okay, but there's so many other things besides him being a man of God that matter. Like, God is not gonna put you with somebody who is not compatible with, that you can't love fully, right? We keep saying, like, don't do this for other people, but I'm picking someone that I want, which ultimately is for me. Like, you know, I'm getting healthy because I want to be the type of person that I desire. So that ultimately for me is, I'm doing it for myself.
You basically want to be equally yoked with that person.
As it relates to health. Exactly.
I
I
like
just
how you
feel
said that. I like
yeah.
how you said that versus I'm losing weight for a man.
Yeah, that sounded better.
That sounded so much better. Because
Equally
to be
yoked.
honest with you, I'm sitting here saying, "Wow, let me just pray for this girl's self esteem." You know, that's what I've been sitting here quiet and looking the whole time. I'm like, somebody don't hurt her. Somebody don't tell her, I want
Oh
you to
my
move. You fat. They don't want to got this beauty queen, this dime piece or something. So that's why she's thinking this.
God. No.
So now this makes a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Eventually, she explained it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think the mentality is.
It's
I
a
think
mindset.
Tia said that earlier. The mentality is what you're looking for because you're on this journey. Let's say something happened where you
say
sprained
that.
your ankle or you couldn't work out. And you met this guy and he had the same thing. Health. He's a workout buff. He wants to work out. He's all into it. And for whatever reason, you can't do that. It has to be. That's what I guess what we're all saying. It has to be that we agree that initial attraction is what gets you, but what keeps you is the intelligence, the morals. How else? What other ways are you equally yoked? I guess that's what, to me, that's what's going to stand long term, because the looks fade. We all
Yeah.
know that, and you can be in the gym one day and the next day you can't be in it for whatever reason. You break your leg. You can't get there. So then you meet this man and you put on the pounds. Then what? Because you're not working out like you can work out. So it has
Yeah.
to be something else, I guess. But I do get what you're
But
saying with mentality.
and I think it's more so, even if this is a lifestyle for me, like, and my health is important, even if I'm unable to move my body, there are some habits that I'm still using, and there's some things that I'm still doing to get back to or maintain or what have you. Like, it's the mindset doesn't go away. It just deals with it differently. Like, just, so yeah, like, if something happened and I can't work out, then it doesn't steal the mindset that I have as far as health being important to me. I'm gonna figure out a way to monitor what goes in. Like, if that's, like, I feel like you get to a place where it becomes a part of who you are, and the old person, you can't relate anymore.
Yeah, lifestyle.
Yeah, I agree.